Okay, so I'm gonna be starting off with my foundation, and Adele's foundation. Her skin always looks completely flawless, but she never has any sparkle or sheen to it. It's not completely matte, it's more close to a satin finish. So that's why I'm gonna be using my Lancome Teint Miracle foundation, and my shade is 010, which I believe is the lightest one. Let's start. So the next thing is gonna be my brows, and Adele has quite similar brows in their shade to mine. They're quite blonde, so I'm gonna be filling my brows as I would usually do, using my MAC's Omega eyeshadow and a small angled brush. This is also MAC's 208 brush. So let's start. I'm gonna be starting now with the eyes, and the first step is gonna be a base. I'm gonna be using MAC's Painterly Paint Pot to provide a smooth base, a smooth canvas to work with, and it will also make the eyeshadow stay longer, so let's start. I'm going to apply MAC's Brulee eyeshadow all over my eyelid, and I'm going to be using my 217 blending brush for it. On top of that, I'm going to be blending some MAC's Vanilla, and this is, as you can see, it's a lighter shade than Brulee, and it will give Adele always has a certain bright spot on her eyelid. Her eyelid is always brighter than the rest of her eye look, and this is exactly the effect that I'm trying to achieve with this eyeshadow. Now Adele has a really defined socket line, and it's really warm, so it's brownish but warm, and since it's really defined, it has a lot of depth into it, so I'm gonna be trying to recreate it gradually using several round warm shades. And the first one I'm gonna be using is called Kid. You could also work with Wedge if you'd like. The second shade I'm going to be using through my socket line is MAC's Cork, and as you can see, it's a deeper brown. As I go deeper with the tones of the eyeshadow, I'm concentrating them further and further into the outer corner of my eye, rather than taking them all the way to my inner corner. And in that way you can create that gradual effect from light to dark and smoke it out. Now I'm taking a clean 217 brush and blend the edges out. Again, with my unclean 217 brush, I'm going to be taking MAC's Mystery, which you can see is a really dark brown shade, and I'm going to be concentrating it in creating a really old-fashioned outer V right here that connects my outer corner with my socket line. And again, blending with my clean brush. Next, I'm going to be taking MAC's Charcoal Brown eyeshadow and a pencil brush and applying it on my lower lash line. The next step is, of course, Adele's signature eyeliner, and I'm going to be using my EyeStudio Lasting Drama gel liner in black by Maybelline, and just a small eyeliner brush by MAC. This is 210, you can see that it's quite tiny. To add a little of that brightness that Adele has to her eyes, I'm going to be applying on my waterline MAC's Chromographic Pencil in NC15 and W20. Adele's look wouldn't be complete without some falsies, so I'm going to be applying my Ardell 120s. Now, in order for me to blend my own lashes into the falsies ones, I'm going to be applying some mascara on top of them, and I'm going to be using my current favorite, which is the False Lash Telescopic Intense by L'Oreal. Now that my eye look is complete, I can go on to the rest of my face, and I'm going to be starting with concealing my blemishes and imperfections. I'm going to be using this MAC's palette. It's called the Pro Conceal and Correct palette in Light. First, I'm going to be using some concealer under my eye, and I want to use a correcting tone, so I'm going to be using the pink one right here. Next, for some blemishes, I'm going to be mixing the two upper shades. Powder, I'm going to be using my MAC Select Sheer Pressed, and this is the shade NC15, which is again the lightest shade. I'm just going to use a fluffy brush, starting with my T-zone, and just fluffing the rest on the perimeter of my face. Now, Adele has quite a bronzy look, and she always contours, because she doesn't need to because she has amazing cheekbones, but she contours them and emphasizes them because they're actually gorgeous and beautiful. So I'm going to be doing the same thing, and I'm going to be using my NARS Laguna bronzer and a small contour brush. It's F05 by Sigma. I'm going to be contouring my cheekbones and around the perimeter of my face. For blush, Adele always uses a peachy tone blush, and she usually places it on the tops of her cheekbones in order for this center of her face to stay glowy and catch the light, even though she doesn't use any kind of highlighter or reflecting tones. So I'm going to be using Style by MAC, which is this quite corally shade. I don't have an exact match, but I'm going to try to blend it into my bronzer and make it work as her own. I'm going to be attempting to achieve Adele's lip, which is usually nudish brown and very creamy, very nice looking without any gloss on top. I'm going to be using for that MAC's Oak lip pencil and Rimmel's Nude Delight lipstick. So this is my finished look, guys. I hope you like it. I hope you find it similar to Adele's look. So if you like this tutorial, please give us a big thumbs up here on YouTube and go visit our blog at makeup-magazine.com, where you can find a list of products used and a lot of cool reviews for products. Bye!